I had a client worth $3 million not be able to pay her energy bill. Hey everyone, I'm Andrew Falwell. I'm a chartered financial analyst and certified financial planner who typically works with people who have high net worths. I've been doing this for a very long time. People who have complicated situations, and I think these videos are a way for me to bring a lot of those learnings of the past decade and a half-ish and put them into practice for you. So hope you enjoy this video, and I'm gonna be honest, it's a little bit of a boring one, and I hope that doesn't make you tune out. But when I say boring, I mean a necessary evil. This is a crucial retirement planning mistake that I see so many people not implement. So that client I was talking about, her husband, it's actually a very sad story. I'll spare you the details just for confidentiality. Her husband had unexpectedly passed away in an accident, and he owned a farm jointly with his brother. They farmed together. For all of you people on the coast, farming is where you get your food from. No, I'm kidding. So, even if you didn't think that was funny, I thought it was funny. So these two brothers farmed together. The one brother passed away unexpectedly, and when the widow came to us, because she wasn't a client yet, she brought her net worth statement, and she said, hey, I do have my utilities, I still have to pay all of those things. Here's my net worth statement. The ground my husband owned with my brother-in-law was worth about $3 million, and we have these bank accounts, etc., etc. And we look at it and we go, you're not listed on anything. Where's the will? And she goes, oh, he didn't have a will, but it should all go to me, right? And the answer is maybe. She could not pay her utility bills for 6 months, and she had to get a loan from her brother-in-law, who luckily is a good person and took care of her, but she was locked out of everything. Because when you die intestate, which is without a will, there's a process that you have to go through called a probate process. And a lot of these purchases of land that they had done, some had been joint with the other brother, some had been in trust years and years ago, and they didn't have trust documents. Some had been just in his name, but she wasn't on anything. She wasn't on the bank accounts. She wasn't on the land, the deeds, and the titles. She wasn't on anything. The only thing that she ended up getting listed on was beneficiary of his retirement account, and she was still under 59 and a half at that point, and couldn't take it out without a penalty and without tax liability. But there was $250,000 in cash she couldn't access for a while. And so eventually everything settles out and it ends up fine. But here's my point in telling this story. She had just lost her husband. And then on top of it, a person who's worth $3 million is being told, you can't pay your energy bill. Your spouse does not need that type of stress if something were to happen to you. And I don't care if, it's the man in the relationship, the wife relationship, whatever, whoever does your finances, you need to have a list of your usernames, your passwords, everything your spouse would need to get into. You need to have contact information for, if you have a financial advisor, your financial advisor, your estate planning attorney, your accountant, and you need to have it locked away. And then you need to go tell your kids, if you have kids, this is where it is if we both die. Next, or really before that, you need to have all of your beneficiaries up to date. If your financial advisor is not reviewing your beneficiaries and titling on an annual basis or semi-annual basis, Get rid of them. I'm serious. Do you know how awful it must be to have the wrong beneficiary on a life insurance policy? On an IRA? Get those affairs in order. I understand it's not fun. It's very boring. It's way more fun for me to talk about factor-based investing and, momentum, swing trading and all those things. Yeah. That's offensive. Get the basics right. Make sure you have a list, passwords, usernames, contacts, any your wills, any tax returns. Have it in a safe spot. Make sure people know where it is. If you have a retirement plan, put that in there as well. And then make sure your beneficiaries are up to date and that things like investment accounts are held in joint name if they need to be, or have a transfer on death designation so that it doesn't go through the probate process. Again, not a fun discussion, but important. So I see people miss it all the time, and it doesn't matter until it matters. And when it matters a lot. So until next time, thanks everyone.